updated there. So I will quickly check before I do the thing. So apparently Twitch and Restream thingy, the ones that we use, have both decided that they're only going to keep the videos for like a week. Which is a bit annoying. But thankfully YouTube backs everything up for us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah,
That's good.
frustrating, but not the worst situation in the world.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, and I'm mostly going through and doing the clips of anything that's particularly good.
Okay. That'd be fun. Have a little record.
Yeah, so I think I did the shopping clip and the discussions with the gnomes around slavery. You know, keeping it light.
We could also just clip while we're playing, like some of us, if we think of it, you know. I just thought.
Yeah, if there's anything in particular, it's like, oh, that was
Yeah, this was
interesting.
great. Let's clip it. Like.
Hell yeah.
Probably the easiest way to do it if we remember. Oh, I even got a notification on my phone that it was streaming. Look
Fancy.
at that.
Fancy.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay, so aside from the few minutes, a summary of last session, which was a month ago now, so this may not be entirely accurate. So last session began, in fact, with a whole bunch of tidying up what I think was 2 weeks prior to that, little mini quest line around the gnomes. Having defeated the bandits, you then effectively created a monstrous army of violent gnomes and then just left the area. Temerity, you learned that you have in your possession something called a Kenblade, which is a particularly valuable and ancient style of weapon forged by the gnomes. That you have some kind of affinity that you must earn with it. But the impression that you got from the explanation given by Grandpappy Gnome was that it could potentially be a very useful and valuable tool. However, you should be aware that other gnomes, particularly those who are not the biggest fans of non-gnomish peoples, may take umbrage to your having the weapon. Additionally, you made your way back to town and you throat punched, I think, Barry, the fence, after he tried to persuade you, I think, into allowing him to enslave the gnomes and then providing you with a cut of the financial benefits of said enslavement, which you didn't like and firmly put him in his place, much to the enjoyment of the townsfolk around, who also don't like Barry very much.
And personal enjoyment.
You went ahead to the docks to return the shipment of iron and iron ore and ingots you'd found, and Jacob acquired from the dockmaster a few bottles of contraband whisper wine from the Malthusian realm. So he informed you that this wine, although illegal to sell, may fetch a good price at nearby Port Macat or any large city that has wine aficionados who might be seeking the hallucinogenic and some might say even mystical aspects of the wine. The party also have a number of what I will call magical acorns that they kept following the dispersal of the bandit camp. And it's your understanding that these acorns were being gathered from the forest spirit and being sold to the colonist guild for some reason. And that is what the bandits were doing. So that's, I think, all you know about that. other than that if you plant one, it grows quite quickly, but you haven't seen what the long-term implications of that might be. So the party decided, after concluding their business and getting some money, that they would head to the town of Rill to the east, where there is a portal that takes you to the capital city of the realm that you're currently in, Aximundi City. After deciding to stay in a fancier establishment for the evening, the party decided that they needed to do some retail therapy and went into a shop called Hank's Haberdashery, where they were helped by the very enthusiastic salesman, Hank. And you then set on your way to the fanciest hotel in all of Haven, the Halcyon, and Temerity put in an order for a custom outfit that would be due for pickup tomorrow. As you get to this beautiful stone facade building in the cultural heart of Haven, you inquire as to who Jacob should speak to in order to be able to play a set and maybe earn a bit more prestige and money for himself. Mm-hmm. You are directed towards Mr. Mazim, the haughty and not too friendly maitre d' of the establishment. And after some quick thinking by Jacob and Temerity, Mr. Mazim is persuaded that Devon is in fact a very prominent musician at the cutting edge of culture and someone who all the right people want to know. After persuading him and taking your place on stage, Devon, you gave an outstanding performance, which earned you very high applause. In particular, the applause that you received was most loud from 3 men who were very drunk and introduced themselves to you as Earl Montague, a large, blonde-haired human nobleman who was incredibly inebriated. Sorry. Roll20's beeping at me. He was incredibly inebriated. The cutting edge of all right. Love it. Earl Montague. Unclear if that's a title or a first name. Halbor of Nim, a small, dark-haired gnome merchant who was only moderately drunk, and the enigmatic Clem Fandango, a quiet elf who seemed to be mostly sober, certainly comparatively so. As you were beckoned over by the group, you entered their booth, got to know them, and you discovered that Calbor of Nim, who has quite an obsession with adventures, although he doesn't seem to have had very many himself, actually owns a vineyard in Rill, known as Monte Nim, which he offers up to the group should they ever be in the area. And you learn also that the party is heading to, this is the drunk party, not your party, is heading to Aximundi City. Pardon me. However, because Calbor has a fear of sailing, despite owning several ships, he is going to take the portal through Rill. And so he invites you to join him. However, he first inquires if you know any bodyguards that he could pay in order to ensure the security of your travels. And upon, I think it was Temerity insisting that you guys are bodyguards, and very good ones at that, he's a bit skeptical. And so he suggests that in a sparring exhibition in one of the back rooms of the hotel, you might show your prowess and potentially win some money from some of the other wealthy patrons who have their own bodyguards and housecarls and whatnot. And if you do well, then you have a spot in his caravan as paid bodyguards for the duration of the journey. And I think that is where we left last session.
So what type of sparring are we talking about? Like, are we fighting each other, or are we grouped up fighting another person?
So Calbor sent sent Clem to go and find some worthy contenders for you to show off against.
Good.
I believe the phrase that he used was that many wealthy individuals that he knows have their own bodyguards who they're overconfident of, and he'd quite
Mm.
like them brought down a peg or two.
Okay.
So yeah, you're in this large, long room with this antique, very long rug, about 12 feet wide, that previously would have been used for a variety of different duels. Kind of like if you've seen the Harry Potter films, how they have the wizarding duel on the long runway. Could also be used for fashion shows, I suppose. Maybe that
Hell
is
yeah.
what it's used for.
You lost me with the Harry
That-
Potter, you caught me with the fashion.
That's the second test you have to pass to be in Nim's entourage.
Give me like 24 hours, my man. I got a suit coming.
So after a short while, you hear 3 sharp knocks again at the door, and Earl Montague, who's been kind of dozing, kind of wakes up a little bit. "Oh, come in." And in enters Clem Fandango, who it may appear that he's been standing here the whole time, but actually he hasn't. And behind him come a
Tricky,
number
but
of minor nobles and the like, well-dressed individuals who I can't be bothered to make tokens for, who
Yeah.
filter in around Clem, and you see a middle-aged human woman accompanied by 3 muscular, quite intimidating-looking gentlemen. Who and you drawing in some little people for me. Thank you. That's very sweet. And I suppose I could just
all the elves.
multiplying like
Oh God,
pigs.
I've seen this movie. Run!
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. That's not a
Bum,
fair
bum,
fight. You've got 6 of you.
That's
I'm
fine.
just in the audience. It's fine.
What is this magic? It's they're cosplayers.
Yeah.
They're
Super
just really big
fans.
fans. They've
Put
come
on one
dressed
hell of
up.
a show.
They were that impressed by your performance. You've now got groupies in the.
They immediately
Right.
ran out, got pirate clothes, soiled them, and now they're cosplaying.
It's the latest style, don't you know? So these
trousers from Hank's haberdashery, don't you know?
Yeah, someone came up to him and said, "What? Who are you wearing, darling?" Hanks.
Hanks. For all your haberdashery needs, there's always Hanks.
Yeah, you should try and get a sponsorship deal with Hanks. So these 3 burly gentlemen enter with this very austere and severe-looking middle-aged woman. You know, very pursed lips and superior look about her. And as she enters, she lets the door slam behind her. And it echoes around this room, and all the murmurs of all these slightly drunk, nothing interesting in their lives, wealthy patrons kind of simmers down as she clears her throat, and you can just hear the high heels like click, 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 as she walks all the way down and takes a seat at the bottom, giving a very sneering glance over at Caldor as she goes. These 3 men accompany her, 2 flanking behind, and the one even further behind that. You see that 2 of them are a bit younger, whereas the one in the middle, he's older, and he's got a serious bearing about him. They give you, the 3 of you, nods as they kind of walk past you and take their positions down at the far end. Caldor kind of watches them go, and then looks at you expectantly, shaking his head a little bit and kind of gesturing over towards the other end of the long rug.
Yeah, I'll run and jump up there.
Wait, is this a 1-on-1 or
Yeah, it's a 3-on-3.
3? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not fighting as well.
Are you not
You're-
fighting?
I don't recall. I thought the impression that I had been giving the other three gentlemen that was that these were
Yeah, these were
my
yeah.
bodyguards rather than
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
was a capable person as well. I was very much in the same situation as they are, and you know.
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah. I do remember that. Yeah.
As you're kind of discussing this amongst yourselves, Caldor goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You're right. You being an artiste wouldn't want to ruin your hands by slapping them against those brutes over there, would you? Um, and then he kind of holds his finger up and just kind of staggers over to halfway point, stopping almost exactly halfway through the rug. He goes, Guinevere, dear, only two. And the severe woman
I
on the
look over to
side,
Jacob.
I mean,
Do
we
you want to
could
take
take
all 3?
We could take 3.
crowds murmuring a little bit.
They're very
Let them
capable.
stay.
Uh,
We will take all
three would be
3.
fine.
He turns around to look at you. He goes, "Are you quite sure? I wouldn't want us to get embarrassed here."
Well, how
I
about a friendly wager, Cowboy? Or even yourself, Mr. Montague. Lord Montague, Earl Montague.
I wouldn't want to deny somebody of a bruising.
A gentleman's wager of no consequence. 5 gold.
I for what exactly?
That my 2 can beat their 3.
You hear a from down where the serious lady was. If your
Jacob
two could beat my,
turns.
then 5 gold. Let's make it 20.
How about 40?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's more like it. Oh,
Now we
what
just
is the
won't
matter
lose.
again?
You might as well crank it up as much as you want.
Let's give a hand across the throat motion to temerity.
Yeah, shrug.
Cowboy at this point is you're just hearing numbers being shouted out from different nobles and wealthy patrons. Now, everyone, there will be plenty of time to get a book going. Isn't that right, Clem? And you see Clem kind of give a curt nod and start to make his way around the room, sitting next to people and just whispering over to them and getting some details down in his little notebook. But I believe the representation and the employers of these noble warriors would seek their own wager, as it were. The rest of us should perhaps stick to Clem's offers of opportunity. And
To the
crowd
party,
goes,
by the way, I have no key points, just so you know, because we've not rested.
What? It's been like a day. We've totally
No,
rested.
it's
Day
no.
of
It's
shopping.
We had a short rest, possibly. I don't know
Yeah.
if you get any key
Wait.
points back from a short
no.
rest.
We didn't have a long
What?
rest.
What are you talking about, Willis?
We've not had a short, a long rest since the
Camp.
whole forest fight against bandits and stuff.
Yeah,
It's still the same
and
night.
Jacob, no, sorry, Devon did take quite a bit of damage.
Do you get your key points back for a short rest?
No.
I have no
Are you certain?
key points on short rest. It says
Oh,
when you
When you
finish
finish a
spending key
short
point, it is
or long rest.
unavailable until you finish a short or long rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
You've
looks like
got your mojo back.
you're
oh
all
yeah.
keyed
Wait,
up.
so we have had a short rest since, right? So.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Oh wait, that's easy then. That's cool. I like that.
So
Like
will it be 2 or 3 there, Maestro? Yeah, he directs towards
Wait, I
Evan.
can press the button. Short rest.
My 2 versus your 3.
Oh, very good. 40 gold, was it? Devon? The woman.
That's a mouth to Tamari. Have you got 40 gold?
we
Or
will
30
after you
gold?
win.
40 gold, yeah.
I got less than 10.
If you're nervous, double the wager and join us. All but a sure victory.
Kaldor
Make
just kind of whispers over to you. You'll definitely get more than 40 from the book.
Come on,
So I
let's
shouldn't worry. Just focus on putting on a good show. Otherwise, all of these bored individuals will tear us to pieces. And he's smiling and waving at people in the crowd as he says this.
All right. Well,
Evan
if you're
sort
after
of
a good show,
gives
them.
a big sweeping bow and says, "Sir, a good show is all I do." And I sort of swirl onto the rug thing, sort of raising my hand to the crowd around us, strumming my lute.
Oh wait, so we're
very good.
doing 3 versus 3 or 2 versus 3?
I feel like that should give some kind of inspiration.
You can give me inspiration for that.
I think so.
I won't object.
The crowd noticeably picks up in pitch as you start to play what I assume is quite a energetic and virile
Rousing
sound.
rift.
Rousing.
There's, as with most of Devon's playing, there is definite sort of undertones of sort of sea shanty vibe to most of what he plays. But yeah, it's sort of a rousing song based on a sort of sea shanty rhythm.
As you're kind of setting out this framework of melody and rhythm, Kaldor throws his hands in the air and says, "Friends, 2 versus 1. We will determine who, in fact, has the best. What's the word? What do we call them nowadays? Helpers?
Champions.
Champions. Yes, perfect. Thank you. The best champions.
Now, if
Gentlemen?
we're after a good show, how about we all do this shirtless, eh?
So
I look over at my opponents.
What are 2 versus
Calm
1 did we
down,
hear? I thought we were going
Charity.
back onto 3 versus 3.
Like,
Oh,
I
are we
look
3
at my
versus 3 or are we
opponents.
3
Out of
versus 2?
character.
Oh, sorry. I thought that we were 3 versus 2 and you were just providing an instrumental to kind of give your guys some.
I mean, I might pitch him with a bit of. Depends. What are the rules? Is this a fist fight? Is this to blood?
Yeah.
Are we?
That's a good point. He looks confused for a little bit.
I hold out my sword. Is this to the death, or are we simply boxing?
And he kind of points to the biggest guy and goes,
Although for Jacob, it's
weapons,
the
no
same thing.
weapons. And the woman looks confused, but and kind of shrugs. She doesn't really care. You got people in the crowd shouting, "Blood, blood, to the death, to the death!" And the old man in the middle kind of steps forwards one, and he kind of cracks his neck to the side, shrugs his shoulders, and then takes off his sword that's kind of lashed around his back, and kind of hold it to the side and drops it down, and then takes
I
off
melee
2
him.
gauntlets and kind of gets his fists up.
Okay, I do the same thing. Roll my sleeves up. And drop the
I
sword.
stand at the back playing a rousing tune.
Jacob's just gonna take his jacket off and just chuck it onto like the stairs.
I look at
Mhm.
my at our opponents. Are any of them armored still?
Middle guy is armored.
Okay.
Oh, I'll
Let me check
also
what
take
he's
off.
armored in.
I'll also take off the like probably after I take the coat off, the jacket off, the
Just everything.
I imagine there's a little
Sumo
belt on
style.
throwing knives. I'm just gonna take that off and throw it on the jacket.
I like that when he does it, it's just like one sword, but when you guys disarm, it's just like hundreds of weapons just clattering on the floor in a pile.
Funny enough, yeah, no, it's just throwing nicely.
Yeah. I guess I'll put my daggers to the side too. The
I shrug and sort of take my weapons off as well.
Devin's like puts down his loot.
so
He's still
Michael,
playing.
notably the gnomish dagger is in a bag.
Okay,
As soon
cool.
as I saw this gnomish noble.
Yeah.
I stashed it.
Cool. The middle guy, the older guy, he's wearing studded leather armor.
I point to him. So do you need that handicap or do you want us just work with it?
He gives a genuine smile and very deep gruff. Ugh. And then he kind of just undoes some clasps and then lifts up
No,
above his head
that's all right. You can keep
and
that
then
on.
just drops it on the floor, and it
Oh, hell no.
massive thud sound
That was
Um,
not fair.
as it goes on. And you
That'll
see,
do on,
this is a large man. He's old, but he's still obviously in the prime of life. The other 2 younger guys, they're kind of, yeah, they keep theirs on, not being quite as
No, now the fight is
confident
not
as this
fair
guy.
at all.
It's as fair as any other fight.
Well, he
I
doesn't
say we
have his
just put on
armor
a
on.
good show. And we're down a man. Come on. Let's just
I,
get going.
I preemptively,
I don't want to break the man.
bardically inspire both of them with a rousing tune.
Okay, cool. And as the tune is going, you hear some attempts at keeping rhythm and like stomping on the wooden seating and some clapping.
I hate
I-
audience participation.
From somewhere. Some waiters have like come and are just serving drinks in what's meant to be a secret illegal fight club.
Underground fight club. Like, it's no rules. It's fine. There has to be the help.
Just as Caldor's about to kind of throw his arms down and signal the start, you see Clem just kind of nonchalantly walk across the middle to go over to the other side to continue making up the book.
Enjoy
okay.
his many siblings.
on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Have at them. And he rushes to the side. Now, before we start the fighting, unarmed combat. How am I rolling that for the NPCs? Just remind me.
Just strength check
Strength?
attack rolls.
Yeah, if they don't have like
Yeah, if they
specific
don't have
unarmed
special
combat
stuff,
features, then yeah, we would just be a
it's just
strength
one
roll.
damage.
Cool.
What,
Okay.
Is it 1 damage plus strength or just 1 damage?
It's the strength modifier, minimum
Oh,
of
yeah.
1.
Oh yeah, so
Okay.
1 plus strength, yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're a monk or an unarmed fighter like somebody.
Yeah, if you got
Good thing
some
we
extra
don't have any
traits
of
and
those in the
features,
group.
then yeah, but otherwise
Yeah.
it's
Let's
Okay,
just
cool.
roll a d20 and then add the strength modifier.
No, let's get some initiative going.
Do I go on the strength? I guess that would.
You punch hard.
It's one plus your
Let's see if
strength
they can keep
modifier.
up.
Okay, as this fight starts, Timothy just raises his right hand and does a little like have at it motion to Jacob.
After you.
Wow, what's that? Oh, okay. All right. I need to roll fucking initiative, right? Where is it again? There it is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You see, that's why I said that. I knew you were gonna fucking roll bonkers.
26.
Yeah. Plus I got +9 on it, so.
Oh, fucking hell. A 26 and it wasn't even like a natural 19. That was a natural
No.
17. Fuck.
Yep. Yeah.
You could roll up to 29 on your initiative.
Yeah.
You're going first every round, no matter what. That's
Yeah,
just how
basically.
it's gonna. That's it.
Basically. Let's say roll like actually like a 1. Right. So it's right. Okay. So Jacob is
Jacob, you're
gonna.
up.
Let's see. I'm thinking Jacob's just do a little run. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I mean, I kind of want them to come to the middle. I don't want to just like run at them and fight like on this side. I want the
Just
show to be in the
decimate.
middle. I want the show to be in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run at the front. I'm gonna meet them there. To the middle, I mean, and I'm gonna ready a. Just, I'll just start with a normal unarmed attack. I'm just gonna ready, a punch, just a basic punch. Just throw one at them when one gets close enough.
Okay, cool.
The moment he gets there,
Um,
and yeah. Wait, I'm not like wasting like a thing, am I? Like, not wasting a turn, am I? If I do that. Let me just remember how my character works.
Yeah, flow yet?
Yeah, I got that stuff, but I'll keep it until later. Wait, how does this work again? I got so action and bonus action, so I can technically on my turn attack and then offhand, right? But if I ready, I'm just doing one,
Yes.
which is fine. That's fine. I'll go with that.
okay. Okay. Yeah, you kind of. It's not really a run, is it? It's more like a confident walk up to this halfway point.
Yeah,
Bodyguard captain.
but it's still faster than anyone else.
Just teleport. Bodyguard captain. He gives a wide smile at you and a nod, and then he kind of looks to either side and gestures for the two younger men to move forwards. They both start moving forwards. One approaches you directly, and basically he's just walking up, kind of fists ready, and he approaches right in front of you.
This guy walks up with his dukes, he just gets nailed in the face.
So,
Yeah,
so what,
yeah.
what happens
So,
is this really cocky, kind of confident bodyguard. No,
so
question: are you still wearing your hat?
oh yeah.
Okay.
He's just not wearing
As he
his
approaches,
jacket.
you just hear nice head.
Before he even finishes that, the nice word, he gets a massive sort of like, like a karate chop, half karate chop, half slap
Right,
into
chop to
like
the
his
throat.
to his throat. 12. Is that a hit?
Yep, that's a hit.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll do.
All right, very good.
Like one of those piston like lobsters or crabs or whatever the fuck they are. They're just like
Oh, so yeah, the the shrimps that can like destroy.
It's like, nah.
Glass.
Like that.
Yeah,
See air coming off your finger.
yeah. This guy, he just doesn't see it coming. It's way too fast. And you don't really have a chance to see exactly what his reaction is because the other guy comes up from the side and he's just taking like a wild swing at you, like really far, like I think it's called haymaker. So that would be an 11.
Does that guy attack?
The guy on the right.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing. But the other guy does the other guy attack? Or
Huh?
I want to give them a chance.
No, I'm gonna play it as he's too staggered by the
Okay.
the
Okay.
hit. So I'm guessing 11 doesn't hit.
Jacob pretends to look at his watch.
These
A
haven't been
non-existent
invented yet.
watch.
Okay, not the best showing from the bodyguards. Temerity.
Okay, so Temerity also kind of strides up and talks to this guy in front of him. Like, come on, you're way too rigid in your stance. You got to be ready, but not too tense. And then he punches the guy in front of Jacob. He's probably still not paying attention.
This guy's
Oh,
Nice.
very good.
Nice.
damn.
Okay. This poor guy.
What
I should have made
the
him do
fuck
something.
are you?
Is he getting a nut kick?
No, it's just
That's up to Destin.
Oh, the hell are you doing? A D8 plus strength on a pud?
it's a new fighting style
Holy
for fighters. It's
shit.
unarmed fighting. So if you want to play like
That's
a brawler,
crazy.
that's what you do as a fighter.
Oh,
Oh,
bro.
mental.
Okay, it's like its own thing.
Yeah.
That's
quite
so
cool.
strong. Holy shit.
I feel like I should have given these guys that. Okay, so this guy that's in front of Jacob, he's kind of a bit dazed, and he's just thankful that Jacob didn't like gave him the opportunity to recover. And he just hears someone talking to his right, and just as his vision's coming back in, he just gets clocked
Yeah.
like a jab out of right field.
Mhm.
And he just goes down, just like crumples.
Off the stage.
Yes, so he's just out for the count.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor guy.
And in that case, I continue and say, you see, you always got to be ready. And then with my left, I go for this guy's chin.
Okay, go for it.
Ba ba ba
20. Oh,
ba ba
sick.
booey. And sneak attack for what it matters, because I have a buddy within 2 feet of me, 5 feet.
These poor guys. Okay. Devon.
I continue to play a rousing tune.
It may not be quite as long a fight as I thought it was.
Yeah. I offer some choice words to not bandit, the bodyguard captain, and continue to watch my friends kick the shit out of his friends.
Non-lethally, mind you.
Oh
We've stated
yeah.
non-lethal.
I lethally punch him to the throat.
Non-lethally, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Non-lethally put it to the throat. Jacob, the guy that you just bitch slapped has just fallen on the floor.
Mm. A fist from out of frame.
Wait, what's that?
Yeah. Temerity basically just stole your
yeah.
kill.
Well, I give give temerity the frown and just like
I give him a thumbs up.
I take 2 steps forward. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna steal temerity skill then. Yeah. No, okay. I'm gonna step over this guy. I don't know if he's falling off or not, but
He just kind of.
I'm gonna step there. I'm gonna step like over him, and I'm gonna kick this guy so that if he goes down, he falls off the stage. I'm gonna like give him like a full on like Chuck Norris roundhouse fucking kick. Coming from like behind with my left foot,
Right.
going
Okay.
bang into the back of his like head.
Well, that seems friendly.
Let's give that a go.
Double finger crossbow. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a hit. And so that's 8 damage that you do with your
Mhm.
kick. He doesn't go down.
Ah, damn. Oh yeah, bonus action.
Yeah, up him.
Bonus action. Now, remind me, does my monk thing make my bonus action a full attack, or is it still like
Yeah.
the? It is. Yeah, it's just another attack, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. So one roundhouse kick doesn't do it, so I'm just gonna elbow him into the belly, like just with my right elbow as I come around.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It's another 8.
And he goes down.
Just Fonzie the shit out of this guy.
Just fun. Hey.
Hey.
Think of crossbows.
As your
Yeah, go on.
yeah, sorry, yeah, you get him. How does he go down? Describe it for us. How
Oh yeah.
dignified
So
is it?
I mean, yeah. So to manage to steal is my kill. So I step forward,
Stop stealing.
roundhouse kick to the back of the neck for that guy. He's like obviously, he takes it. He's probably like looking round at me, and then before he knows it, there's just an elbow into his stomach, and he just falls backwards.
Okay. Yeah, and it's not like a stage that he's on, but he kind of falls and staggers a little bit into the crowd, and you hear taunts and jeers and the sound of cloth ripping and some other weird noises. Coming
Stripping
from
him?
Hell yeah.
these guys are really into this fight.
I wink at all of them simultaneously.
And then I turn towards the big guy and go, "I dare you to try and take my hat off."
Okay. Okay, now I have slightly, just for the sake of transparency, this guy was already going to be tougher. I have made him slightly better.
That's right. Make it fun.
Okay, so yeah, his friend's down as well. Oh, these bodyguards just can't get good help anymore. You hear a little, oh yes, jolly good, from Caldor and but just as you challenge this captain, he starts to walk forward. He goes, "It is nice hat. I'll keep." And he confidently heads towards you, Jacob, and he's in the last 5 foot. He just picks up speed, and for his size, he's very fast. Now let's see if I've done this right.
We'll
So,
just turn him
again, just-
into a monk.
Drag
There it is,
across
little
the room.
monkish
Polymorph into a
filters
monk.
there. There we go.
So no, I've tried creating attacks as actions. So he comes at you with a left and a right, and then a kick.
Oh.
Multi-attack.
He's so a 12 on the first punch. Wait, no. Why has it got two numbers?
Because it's just automatically rolling it with advantage. It's
Oh,
Just
okay.
It's
the
fine.
first
Just
number,
take the
yeah.
left. Yeah,
Okay.
you good.
12 on the first, 9 on the
against me.
Um,
One's just like swept away with my hand, and the other one just like I just move slightly and it misses.
okay, and then the kick. So with the last one, he almost kind of faints with a kick. Come on, Bandit.
It fucking
Dude.
falls over.
I grab his shoe, and when he puts his foot back down, he has no shoe.
Yes.
Have I done this? I like that. I like that a lot. I don't want to keep it in. But have I done this right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I put no hit modifiers on the punches. Was the problem.
Yeah.
And then my hit
Yeah,
modifier
you
of
want-
plus
you want a
4 on the
modifier.
kick. He
It's probably
got
plus 4 on punches as well, right?
0. Yeah, it should be plus 4 on them.
So 16 on the first one.
16,
Still a miss.
16, 13, and then
It's still a
13.
myth.
8.
No.
How high is your AC?
That's
It's
17.
18. Yeah,
Um,
for him swinging, it should be a D20 and then his strength modifier, unless he's proficient, like a monk.
You're-
His strength
you're-
modifier.
You're always
Um,
proficient with an unarmed strike, aren't you?
Mm,
Are you?
I thought you were
mm, mm, mm.
in
I
the
don't think
very
so.
brief
I
thing
I don't
I
think
read.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna matter against Jacob, but I'll look it up.
Okay, but seeing that, so you've taken his shoe, right?
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay.
just kind of like stand there with it. Look at him. Look at the shoe. Look at him. Throw it out away.
Okay, and he kind of he's not stepping out of range, but he kind of moves back a little bit from you. Looks at his foot, looks at you, and gives another big smile.
My hat's still
What's it
on.
first? You're basically standing on top of the body of the guy that the temerity punch. Like you're just
My
fighting on
hat-
top of this dude.
Just get trampled.
Yeah, bodyguards. I'm gonna give them. I want to give them an opportunity to kind of re-enter the fight, regain consciousness.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say,
they want to do that.
no, they probably don't.
You're the
Um,
DM, man. You can do what you
yeah.
like.
I think a 16 up. They can crawl their way into re-entering the fight.
It's a consciousness.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Little pools of dribble start to form around them. They're just zonked out. Temerity.
I'll just straight up ask Jacob, do you want help with this, or do you want to do this by yourself?
I'm just gonna wave him away.
Okay. What about you, big man? I don't want to dishonor you. Do you think you could take us, or do you want just this 101?
He again just a massive smile. It's good fun. Whatever you want, but hat is mine.
Well, your
Only
shoe
if
is
you-
mine now, so and I still got the hat on.
I'll say the hat's yours, but only if you beat him, and I'll pat him on the back. And then I'll spend my turn taking these two other jabronis off the stage.
Just
That way they don't get trampled.
It starts tidying up.
Yeah. I don't want these guys to fucking get like their necks snapped by somebody's boot. So I'm gonna move them.
How are you just like dragging them by their arms backwards?
Yeah, like one by the
Just
arm, one
scooting
by
them
the
along.
foot. Yeah. Just trying to get them to safety. I move them over here.
Okay.
And that'll be me.
Yeah,
Think I'm
more
good.
shouts of kill him and blood for the blood god from
Calm
the-
down.
from the crowd.
The player loves that. The character, shut up. This isn't about.
All about you.
Devon just comes just spinning up the central area playing, and the tune that he's playing is like building, coming to a bit of a crescendo that you could probably envision coming to its apex in the next round or so.
Mm.
He's trying to time it perfectly with this guy fucking going down.
This 18-second song must be a bop.
It's fucking right. It's banging. And yeah, so I'm like practically next to him, wailing this tune out as
Just like right next to his face.
yeah, just
Just fucking
utter
right in there.
disrespect here.
The
This is
disrespect,
like
yeah.
It's a
prime disrespect in his intent here. It's just
it's a fly in
absolute
his ear.
mockery.
Come on, he's a warrior. Stop off.
And that's my
Um,
turn.
Guys still just big smiles.
Yeah, I like this guy. He's a good
Okay,
sport.
Jacob,
Yeah, he's a
you
good
have
vibe.
de-shoed this man.
T-shirt. Now to deglove.
Oh, yeah, he's got gloves on, right?
No, he took off his
No.
his
Oh, he
like,
took off his gloves, yeah.
Not exactly what I meant, but PG, I like it.
Oh, right. um. Fuck it. Let's just do flurry of blows.
Poor bastard.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do 3 quick punches, like stomach, face, and then another one in the face. So this is my stomach.
Mhm.
That's 5 if it hits with 17.
So it's whatever you call an unarmed parry on that one, so it doesn't hit.
Ah.
His arm kind of deflects it, and he gives
Okay.
you another big smile as he does.
All right. Well,
Hopefully, you
I
don't just
use
knock him over with the other two.
I use a key
Yes.
point to get flurry of blows, and I do another 2 into the face.
Okay, well,
Did I
the
do-
25 hits. Somewhat unsurprisingly.
Oh wait, sorry. Ignore that last one. Ignore the last one.
Yeah.
25 hits. 8 doesn't hit. No.
No, so you get 1 in on the face.
All right. Fair.
As you feel it, like it's a good hit. His head doesn't move back as much as you wanted it to. It's kind of like punching a brick wall.
Yeah, got you.
And as your fist comes away, you can still just see the big smile, except it goes like a centimeter smaller.
It's like punching
made him
Muhammad Ali.
sad.
It just doesn't fucking move. Yeah, that's my turn.
Hell yeah. Michael, can you move
okay.
the jabronis off the stage for me?
I'm sorry, yes. One jabroni over here, one jabroni over there. Yeah, they're just like slumped out in the stands now. In fact, one guy's kind of propped one of them up and is like trying to get him to drink.
Yeah.
But
Jacob-
Jacob having a laugh with him at the fight.
Devin
I've
sort of
stolen-
sings over his song, "Loot them."
Yeah, don't
I'm not-
turn this into a riot, please.
No, I'll take somebody's drink though and just try to like splash it over and try to wake him up. I won't steal his shit, but I'll try to help him up.
Okay, bodyguard captain. Let's see. So if I use the attacks, it should have. So again, 2 punches and a kick. 14,
Miss.
24,
Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit.
Oof.
and
The
a
matos.
10.
You gotta punch
Okay.
him though. Hell yeah.
You gotta punch him.
Yeah, so first one is
Does
you
my
like.
heart fall off?
Well, a dexterity save of 10.
Yeah, can we get a dex save? Because he is going for the hat.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Oh wait, I just rolled a dex. So, wait, +2 because of my save, so 14.
14. Yeah, I reckon you keep your hat on.
Yeah.
You're like matrix dodging, and one gets you, but you keep the hat. And he does 12 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Damn. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
If I get punched
That's
again,
a
I'm
lot.
down. Like that wins me a little bit. Like it's
Does he just bust your nose?
like well, that's a hard punch.
As the ringing slowly fades from your ear, you hear Temerity clapping from your left. Good punch.
All right.
And
I probably got a little bit of like a blood coming out my nose, but I just grin. The same way that he's been grinning.
yeah, and he's kind of impressed with this. That like you took that heavier hit, and you're still
Hell yeah.
standing, and you're like doing the same thing he was doing. So he looks a bit confused, and then he gives you a nod and another big smile. Bodyguards
guy.
are still.
I like this guy so much more than Barry.
Everyone likes everyone so much more than Barry. 11, 7. Nope, they're still out, even with
Barry's the big bad
Temerity
guy.
trying to get them.
Trying to revive them. Come on, wake back up so I can fight you some more.
Well, I was trying to
said
like
you could
revive
sleep?
him, not to join.
I'm not.
If he
not
joins the fight, it's
easy
just
on
one
you
more
yet.
punch, he's out. Okay. I still trust Jacob to kind of do this, so I'm gonna spend my turn just riling up the crowd. Like, I move back into the middle of the field, but like just do the whole arms up, turning around thing. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want
I like who's the best one is. Oh.
or I just absolutely like send them into a frenzy. I want them so hype.
and you see a bunch of them have started to do the finger crossbows back at you.
Hey, finger
He started a
crossbows
new
to
trend.
everybody.
Literally just in the middle of this fight, just like finger crossbowing to the whole crowd rapidly.
I love it.
My new friends, I love you all.
Temerity
so-
is starting to understand why I do what I do.
Yeah, you know what? I'm coming around.
So Devon, having just seen this like titanic punch from this guy that you've been mocking, walking very close next to him.
Having seen Jacob's punch sort of go in and not do much, and then that response coming in and just fucking clocking him a little bit more nervous. I continue to play, circling around to behind him, and we will see what happens. That's going
Nice.
to be
Threatening position.
Well, at least we know that he won't just break the loot across the guy's head because he needs it too much.
I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
considered
I
it.
I
I
am
literally
you
just
might keg
opened
him
up.
or
It's like,
something though,
how
you know, right?
much are loots?
Loot.
It's like, okay.
You could
Will
always
I
keg
win
him
more
or-
than that?
Yes. I'm
Yes.
picturing this guy punching you through your loot.
Yeah. It's just like,
He just
why
grabs
these
the loot in
strings are
one
stuck
hand
on my
and
knuckles?
crushes it, and then starts eating it.
Oh boy.
Please
So
don't.
Jacob,
Yes. Do I get advantage now then?
Don't forget you have your
he's
bardic inspiration.
grounded.
I do. Oh, I
Yeah,
do.
you haven't used
You
your
do.
bardic inspiration, and now I am flanking.
Right. I forgot that you gave me blood inspiration.
Well, you got it now.
Well, okay.
And the crowd is
Yeah,
properly
I'll-
getting into this shanty now.
What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use the bardic inspiration just yet. I'm gonna attack with my 22,
And that's a hit.
7 damage, and then my wait, let me just read. Oh yeah, okay. Bonus action attack. My
Bardic inspiration.
18's
No,
a hit.
he's got 18. Yeah.
it's another
Alright.
7.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna use my key point to do patient defense to be dodging for the next turn.
Oh.
Until the next turn.
Okay.
Good play.
Yeah, he's
So I'm light on my feet, and I'm ready to avoid
so
any.
explain dodging to me.
Basically, he gets disadvantage on attacks.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So he's trying to block these hits, but they're coming in too quickly. And the smile is replaced with a frown of concentration. As soon as your attacks stop, the smile returns. So he squares up again and goes, "Now I get hit." And same thing.
Just fucking spamming the 1-2-3 combo. Just punch,
Yeah.
punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick.
He's one of those really annoying Street Fighter players.
Jacob's
Yeah,
currently
except
floating like a butterfly, so good luck.
in between the first and the second one, he's going to do a bonus action to try and grab the hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so first
Contested.
punch. 16?
Ooh, just a miss.
No. Okay, then he's going for the hat. So that's a
Oh, he gets
contested
advantage
dexterity.
anyway. So 8 actually.
Oh, 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would it be contested dexterity?
I guess.
Oh,
Or
if you're going for a
agility?
grapple? Yeah. Yeah, a grapple is your athletics against Carlo's either dex or.
Oh, yeah,
But it's
or
not so much.
acrobatics.
He's not trying to grab Carl. He's
No,
just
just
trying
the
to
hat.
grab the hat.
Trying
with
to
his
snatch
head.
Mm.
I'd agree
mean,
that
would that be-
that should be contested, either dex or acrobatics, depending
Yeah,
on
he's
if you're
there's-
proficient or not.
yeah. Is he just an NPC that I've modified? I'll just go
Yeah.
straight dex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yikes.
Carl's in the 20s. Yep.
You
Okay, so
get what now?
he swings for you with his left, and then just as you dodge it, you just see a hand reach out, shoot out really quickly for your hat, but you're too quick. You kind of bring your neck back and round.
And Jacob just starts giggling.
But then, just as you're kind of coming back and resetting to 1, another punch comes out. A 10 misses. And
Jacob's just giggling with a bloody nose.
The worst rolls ever.
Uh,
He's gonna go, "It must be very good hit."
well, it looks like you're getting pretty weak.
No, not weak. Just enjoy.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And
And
then
buy
yeah,
this guy a drink at the end.
these two. Nope.
Hmm.
Temerity.
I'm. I don't know. I'm just hyping up the crowd still. I think Jacob has this. I don't. If he wants me to help, I'll come and punch this guy into oblivion. But
I'm thinking the idea is if I go down, you continue, but you know,
Can I
Okay.
get a
I'll be on
performance
standby.
for you? Then Temerity.
okay.
like Jacob seems to be determined to
As long as you don't get
defeat
hit
or go
again.
down. Yeah.
Okay. As you're kind of riling up the crowd, you get into the way. Pretty much everyone there is except for when the participants are fighting, they're looking at you, and they're kind of applauding along to this music.
I
and they get into such a
pantomime
fervor.
like I'm in a ranged battle, but with finger crossbows. So I'm like tucked behind cover.
Diving around.
Yeah, put it
Um,
on a show.
Yeah, everyone loving it, and you just see Clem give you like a thumbs up as he's going around taking more and more numbers as this fight's getting more and more climactic.
I'll give him a
everyone's-
special finger crossbow and a wink.
He immediately stops giving you the thumbs up and frowns at you, and then carries on.
I'll shrug and go back to my business of being a fool.
As you're doing your dive, your like matrix dive finger crossbows, and you do it at Montague, he like really over the top pretends to be shot.
Love him.
Oh. You see the people
I
around him
love him.
just look annoyed at how loud and drunk this guy is.
Oh, I love him.
He's great.
Devin.
I'm feeling a little put out that the crowd attention is shifting towards Temerity, so I'm gonna try and up my playing game and draw more
It's
attention
the
back towards
contest. They're
myself.
having a battle.
Yeah.
But also,
Outbought me, bitch, I dare you.
how's this guy looking after Carl's most recent series of strikes? Is he?
Can I get a perception from you there, Mr. Devon?
As I look at the back of his head, how rough does he look?
Well, aside from the fact that he's not wearing one shoe, you can't see many signs of harm. But you do notice quite a few beads of sweat going down the back of his neck. And it almost seems to you as if his breathing is that tiny bit heavier than it was at the start of the fight.
Okay. Deceptive as fuck with that fall. I am going to continue playing.
I hear in the back of the ribs.
No, I kind of like this guy. But I am going to hold an action that if Jacob goes down, I'm going to immediately just fucking punt this guy between the legs. Just absolutely merciless fucking sucker kick to the nuts.
Okay,
That's
that
good.
is prepared.
From
It's also
behind
very
as
rude.
well. From
Okay,
behind,
Jacob.
you're gonna get a. Ooh,
This guy can't hit, but when he does, it's like a train. What you gonna do?
You hit
Uh,
everyone else besides this snaky motherfucker in front of him.
Just start beating up the crowd.
Remind me, Bardic Inspiration. I can see the roll, then add it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I
As
thought it
long
was-
as Michael's not like that.
yeah,
misses
yeah,
a
not
hit.
confirmed it yet. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some attacks. I'm going for face. I want to knock the guy out. So first one, I'm not gonna do a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay,
That's
that's a
a
hit.
7 again on the damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for another punch. I won't add it.
You won't? Okay.
No.
He does the same kind of parry that misses.
All right. Okay. Got you. Yeah, I was thinking he would do that. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay.
So
After the
let's
first one,
see how well he punches then. Now
after your fist comes away and there's some blood on it.
it's all out of my
You've
hands now.
drawn blood. And he kind of gives you a smile, but you can see it's a fatigued smile. But he kind of gestures finger at the hat again. He's not giving up on his hat.
I just give
Okay.
like a oh well smile and just expect what's coming.
So punch followed by grab for hat. 20.
Oh yes.
Nelly.
That's a 12.
Yep, that knocks me out.
You've gotten like
Oh.
top roll for both of them. So a few things happen here. He kind of clocks you with this quick jab. Then grabs the hat. You start to fall down. And then Angus,
Oh yeah.
Kicking the nuts.
roll for the nutcrusher.
For the nut crush. Okay. And I'm going to use my inspiration here.
And I'll give you
Sure
obviously
used the-
advantage
sure
on it.
used the Bardic Inspiration.
as
Oh,
as-
then I don't need to use my
yeah,
inspiration.
he's
because
not
of the
expecting
flanking.
this.
Okay.
Dirty,
So what do
dirty
you want? Just
behavior.
want just a straight strength roll, or with proficiency, or
Efficiency.
okay. So I'm
Sure, he's my
pushing
bad
the
inspiration.
strength
I thought
stuff,
that.
so it's a 21.
Oh, very good. Yep, that's a hit.
And
I feel
What's
like
your
it should
strength
be
modifier?
a fair amount of damage, or otherwise he should have to take some kind of saving throw, otherwise be staggered or
Okay.
incapacitated for a round.
Saving
Uh,
throw could be the no wait, no, that wouldn't make any sense.
Hmm.
That would be like fucking 3 damage.
I'm gonna go with a Constitution saving throw, and if not, then he's kind of incapacitated for 1 round,
okay.
which he fails. And so for damage, give me a D6. I'm just making this up as I go along, but
Yeah, good. Tap with DMing.
3 damage. Okay. Just as he's putting this hat on, it's just about to touch his head. Are you still playing when you do this? Can you describe it for us, please?
Yeah, I sort of I'm trying as far like to go as fast as I can because it was meant to crescendo like the last round, so I'm having to sort of stretch it out by really playing as fast as I can. And I just frustrated with my fingers not being able to go any faster. I just do that sort of final downward strum just as Jacob goes down, and then sort of swing the loot out to the side and just boot this guy. So the tune ends with the kick.
Dun, 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 dun.
As if punctuating your deceit.
Never trust the bard. Yeah. So he kind of crumples over, hands on his knees, and starts deep breathing. You hear a mixture of shock and ecstatic enthusiasm from the crowd.
And one fairly audible boo from
Exactly
Temerity.
the two emotions that I was hoping to evoke: hilarity and shock.
Oh my god! One of the dudes wakes up at this.
No way. It's a turning point.
Yeah, he wakes up dazed, confused, and starts just getting to his feet. And as he sees you, kind of just as he sees Devon kind of lower his foot from kicking his boss in the bit, and he just starts looking around and seeing Temerity, frowns, but doesn't do anything else. Temerity, chaos is ensuing around you.
Okay, so Temerity he doesn't quite like the rule breaking of the whole situation, but if the crowd is going for it, you kind of got to play to the room, right? So the crowd is loving the shit, right?
Yeah.
All about the show, Temerity.
Okay, fine. I'm going to I'm going to give in to this little gremlin of a bod we have. I'm going to walk forwards to over here. I'm going to pick this guy up and use him as the weapon to hit this guy.
Right. Angus, I might need your help with how this works mechanically.
What?
So you walking past him. So does he have an opportunity attack?
He's still
No,
within
'cause he's walking
range.
into
No.
he's not left.
He's not
his-
exited.
his-
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a grapple.
Okay,
I
so we can play
guess.
this two ways mechanically.
Yeah.
One, you can have me grapple him and then basically move him like forcefully, and you can assign whatever damage you want.
Okay.
Or I have 2 attacks anyway. I can attack them both, and we can just say for flavor, I hit one guy with the other one.
Which do you
Well,
prefer?
grapple is an attack action, wouldn't it? So you could grapple that guy with one attack action and then
Yeah.
hit the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it
using-
procedurally.
like-
So start with the grapple.
Okay. Athletics. Contested against this guy's athletics.
I'm about to go straight next,
Okay.
but yeah. So yeah, you grapple him.
Okay, so my left hand at his like collar, and then my right hand near his belt. I'm just going to lift him bodily up and slam him down onto the other guy.
So I'd say
Who's
that would
now
be a
keeled
straight
over.
strength
Strength check.
roll because you are not proficient with
People.
people.
Bandit.
Yeah, I
Which
guess.
is a pretty good way to
Well,
describe
not a
most of the
weapon, but you're
characters we play.
proficient.
I would argue that I'm
You
still
are not
using my
proficient
fist.
with people. No, because you're hitting
That's
it
why his
with
teeth
the
are
person
good.
that is. So
Yeah.
this is a sociopath now, dude.
Okay,
Strength
what am I
check,
doing
please.
here, Michael?
A strength roll, please.
Strength roll? Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
imagine
Do
it
you not
was
have your inspiration?
Bardic
available?
inspiration.
oh, yeah, sure. I don't.
It's an extra
Wha-
D6.
6? Okay.
maximum.
Yep. Hey, not too bad.
13.
Yeah, I think that this guy's staggered. He's a young guy. He's not too heavy. I'm gonna allow it.
Hey, technically, if this big guy is prone, I get advantage anyway. So, is he prone from getting kicked in the nuts?
He's kind of slumped over.
He's
so,
defenseless. I would.
yeah,
Hmm.
It could.
he's not gonna
Strong
see it coming.
argument could be made.
But
So yeah, we'll say advantage then. Oh yeah, because this is separate, isn't it? We've done the grapple. Now we're on the attack against the other guy.
Mhm.
So yeah, that 24 will do.
Okay. If it's a. What's my damage?
For
That
an
I
improvised
don't know.
weapon, it's 1d4.
All right.
If what?
Um,
Improvised. Okay.
yeah, go 1d6 though, because that's what I used previously
Okay.
for the nut kick.
And if it's a crit, I'll roll this twice. Boop. 6 points of damage.
Okie doke. you, you just hear a oof, and what sounds an awful lot like someone going, "Why?" you, you,
and
yeah,
I'll step
would you like
on.
to
I'll step
describe?
on the both of them and just raise my arms up to the sky.
So you're like, manhandling this one guy who's just regained consciousness, slamming him into another who's already just been kicked in the nuts. Just bends over and clambering on top of them and like sticking your arms out like a champion, finger
look.
crossbowing everyone in the room.
Yeah, exactly. He chose to re-enter the fight. If you want to enter a fight, you got to be prepared to be sprung like a
the
weapon.
fight, he woke up.
Yeah, I
When
can
you-
imagine like when you woke up, he's just like a little bit confused the first couple seconds, obviously, because you just woke up, and then whoever's like was holding him just pushes him
okay.
onto it, and then he just gets grabbed.
Then I take that as him re-entering the fight, so I grab him.
Bear in mind,
and
the
slam
last
him
thing this
down.
guy remembers is just getting sucker punched
Yeah.
by you. He just wakes up midair being thrown at someone. Okay.
For the record, sucker punch aside, I'm still trying to do this honorably.
So yeah, as you are atop incapacitated Man Mountain, you get some thunderous rounds of applause,
Hey.
particularly from Montague, who is now basically in hysterics at what's going on. Yeah, Devon.
How's he
are
looking
escalated.
now?
Coughing, deep breathing, still standing, but yeah, he's noticeably blooded. As in, there is a literal pool of blood on the floor where he's covered it up. Or it might be from the guy that just got thrown at him.
Will I do it? Will it be epic or will it be fair?
What's best for the show?
David looks down at his battered old loot and just swings it bodily at this guy's face.
Okay. Well, I think that
Using my
counts as a weapon.
inspiration.
Yeah, go for it.
That might count as a weapon.
Would you
Yeah.
say or argue that a lute would be similar enough as a weapon to a club?
Yeah, I think so. Similar
I
shape.
think it's an improvised weapon, right?
Well, it's not as
Ye-
heavy as a club or as dense.
Yeah.
Technically.
Hey, look, if you want to call my
Improvised.
bandit an improvised weapon, I'm gonna call
Yeah,
your
I-
loot an improvised
I
weapon.
am
improvised
not.
weapon.
I'm not arguing that this is not an improvised weapon. However, in many cases, an improvised weapon is similar to an actual weapon and can be treated as such.
Okay.
If you're using stats except for damage off it, then that's fine. But damage, I would say, needs to be lower for a. Should be whatever the improvised weapon damage is.
That's a
Oh.
19.
Yeah.
Use
19.
my
That's
inspiration for the
a hit,
damage.
and I think a 1d6 for damage because that's what we're using for just attacking this guy.
This guy
Screw him in
particular.
particular.
Be
Yeah,
good,
fuck
be
this
good,
guy.
Be good. No, 3.
Okay. Would you like to describe, in particular, what noise it makes?
Well, it makes a loud splintering sound as it just the bowl or the body.
The crowd goes silent as you do this, and as parts of the loot kind of drop to the floor, it just makes a slightly metallic clang as various bits, and then the wood splintering and shattering, and then a split second later, a uproar of cheer comes from this group, all around you. Thunderous applause. People start humming the tune that you were playing.
Yeah.
And clapping and are up on their feet. Yeah. Well done, Mr. Devon. Your
for the
sacrifice
show.
was worth it for the show.
Mm.
And
Sacrifice
this
way
is
out.
all happening while Temerity is still at the top of this, on top of this guy. Jacob,
Mm. Yeah.
You are
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yes.
Can I get a
Okay.
consciousness?
All right. No.
You are completely unaware of what's going on around you. Which is probably for the best because it's just chaos.
How does this guy look after I just savage my loot on his face?
Pissed off.
And how fucked is my loot? I mean, it's quite low damage in terms of
Described it
to hit.
exploding.
I think after
Is it like caved in the
that-
bowl, or is it just absolutely shattered?
I think pretty shattered.
Okay.
The strings are
Like-
fine mostly. They're just all
So the
I'm
strings
just
are
trying to
just
see if I'm
holding
gonna get
together
another
two
swing out of
different
this
halves,
thing.
I imagine.
Yeah, I think you'd have to discard it after that. Okay, so this guy's movement, I'd like to spend on basically standing up straight and shaking off Temerity.
Okay, yeah.
So I want to know how would I do the mechanics of basically determining if you fall and take damage as he does this.
Okay, so was I flavor on top of him, or was I mechanically pinning him down?
I think flavor on top because he's
Okay,
a
he
big
could
guy
just
and you're
stand
not.
up then.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kind of slowly starts to straighten up, and it's like a piston strength. You feel
Mm.
moving underneath you, giving you time to like jump off and dismount safely. And he brings himself up to his full height.
I won't put my hands in my pockets because that would be incredibly rude to this fighter. But I'll just like really confidently jump off of him backwards. I'd be like, punch who you want, man. I'm not gonna stop you.
We deserve it. You're going to put your hands in your pockets, start whistling, and walk away as if nothing happened.
I don't want to disrespect him like that. My hands are out at the very least.
And as he comes up, you see he is wearing
Devon's sort of eyes go
Jacob's hat.
wider.
He kind of looks to his right and gives Temerity a bit of a glare, but like a knowing glare, and then rapidly turns and strikes out at Devon. 3 punches.
Temerity smiles. I don't know if Devin sees it or not, but there's a grin. Oh shit! Maybe that's.
Actually, 2 punches and a kick, and you can guess where the kick's going to be.
Oh.
So punch 1, 25.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
20 as well.
Might as well roll damage on that one. Okay.
Oh, it's a 1 on the other roll. Oh, no way.
Oof.
Okay.
Lucky.
That's very
Second punch.
You got as much as
15?
I got.
That hits as well.
Yeah.
Why do you
Well,
try?
And I'm down.
And then, as you're down and lying prostrate on your back, you get a kick right in the nuts, which thankfully you're unconscious, so you don't feel. And he kind of
Subconsciously, you feel it.
your descendants will feel it.
No, they won't.
Go down in the DNA.
Towards Temerity, and the smile comes back.
Okay. As he's turning back to me, he sees Temerity kind of leaning backward slightly and clapping. Just one solid clap. Like, ha!
That's fast.
And then I very politely ask him if he's ready to continue.
He gives a respectful nod,
Okay.
seeming to
I
understand
give one
that
back.
you didn't approve of the
The
their activity.
underhanded tactics. I turned to Devin on the street, on the carpet. Like, this isn't a street fight, motherfucker. Anyway.
I dribble in.
This is fun. I really like this session.
This is great.
Bodyguard that you threw gets up and is about to turn towards you when you just hear it from the big guy, and the two of them kind of unconsciously, subverbally communicate with one another, and then the little guy takes a seat
Oh, okay.
in the stalls.
That frees up one of my attacks.
Temerity,
Okay.
your friends lay on the floor, one of their hats on this beast of a man.
Now, before you knocked him out, I did say if you beat him, you get the hat. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's your hat now. Anyway, I'm gonna punch him.
Do it twice.
Yeah. Okay, whack.
Ooh.
I can't get sneak attack because you motherfuckers are unconscious. But
Okay, that's a good hit.
yeah. So I'm gonna punch him, and then I'm gonna take one step back, and then like reverse axe kick him just straight up into the jaw.
Okay, go for it. That's
Hey,
another hit.
consistency.
Got down
Would
at
you like
15
to
for his
describe
Yeah.
how he goes down?
Hey.
like a sack
Okay.
of shit.
So
It's
the
a
first
potatoes.
punch is really just straightforward, straight punch, to the nose. Take the step back, do the reverse axe kick up. He tumbles. The camera's probably like behind him, like behind his heels, and he just falls over the camera. But the hat has flown up into the air at this point, and I reach forward and grab it, and just kind of look at Jacob, and then at the big guy, and then I throw it on the big guy's chest. I mean, given the rules of the bet, he won the hat.
Crowd
And then I give
goes.
one last finger guns to everybody.
So before you do the finger guns, just this massive mountain of a man kind of slams backwards. Silence in the whole room, except for Montague, who's still humming along on his own to Devon's song. And he looks around, kind of wondering why everyone's and then goes quiet. And just before you start finger gunning, as you do it, everyone starts cheering. People are ecstatic. They're like shaking the person next to them. It's gone from these people are going to burn down the town because of their bloodlust to almost exalted happiness at how good a show has been put on.
Good. What a fucking combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see at the corner of your eye a little gnome rushing up to you, taking your hand and trying to lift it in the air, but he can only like get up to about your chest height with it. Your champion, ladies and gentlemen.
This might be incredibly rude, but fuck it. I'm gonna pick him up and then put him on one of my shoulders. That way he can raise my hand into the air.
He's sufficiently happy, drunk, and aware of how much money he's going to make that he doesn't care.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the crowd's cheering. Everyone, almost as soon as that happens, everyone rushes over to Clem Fandango. The whole room empties into one corner as he starts taking receipts and then handing out coin and settling bets. And the prudish woman who I've forgotten the name of, Guinevere, maybe? I don't know. We'll say that her name's
put the tiny
Guinevere.
gnome down.
What was the name, sorry? Guinevere?
I think so. It was something. I will double check what it is, but we'll go with Guinevere. She kind of primly stands up. A couple of people who are with her stand up as well. Walks over and just
Knock
looks at
her
you all
out too. No.
barbaric. And then walks off. The remaining bodyguard, he starts trying to revive his friends. He's kind of trying to get them back. And there's just general noise and celebration and people talking about how great the spectacle they just saw was. And everyone starts to regain their consciousness.
Yeah.
Which, if we take a couple minutes break, we'll see
Okay.
what that entails when we're all back. As soon as I see that Angus has had to be right back.
I can say right now, this fight went absolutely perfect for me because I have a bit of an AC problem at the moment. But you took all the blows, Carl. So
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else
I
took
was
the
just-
damage.
I was just saying, it would be a glass cannon or
Oh,
glass crossbow, if you will. If you will.
Right, back in a couple minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Is everyone back?
Yep.
Yes.
Did
Okay,
you
I've
take a
transitioned
screenshot
to.
of the first comment?
Oh yeah, well, the first one that isn't an obvious
Yeah, well,
super
yeah.
dodgy bot.
One of us.
I just want to see it because I didn't have the stream open, so I can't see
Yeah.
it. It's a historic moment.
Um, almost as historic as your hat going missing.
Yes.
So we'll hand wave it as because it's only Jacob that's unconscious on the player side, isn't it? So Jacob, you start to regain consciousness. It's hazy. You hear voices
Okay.
mumbling. You hear. Sorry.
They haven't gone. Just
Yeah, I was out too.
Oh, you're right too. Okay.
Yeah, I just had rolled.
Oh, I forgot to mark it. Sorry. Yeah. So you both wake in the same way. You hear incredibly loud, bombastic. The best thing I've ever seen. I'm going to tell everyone about this. It's fantastic. Where's the port gone? And as you start to get light back in your eyes, you blink a few times. It's all blurry. Jacob, you wake up to see an old-ish, bald, grinning man with a hat that looks very familiar, kind of leaning down towards you, holding out a hand.
Alright. I grab his hand and I guess let him pull me up.
He kind of pulls you up. The strength in it kind of, you almost feel like it's going to lift you off your feet. He goes, "You'll fight well. You I like." He turns round
Oh, thanks.
and,
I
and just
that you
gestures.
punch hard, man.
Thank you. I work hard
Ah,
and
fuck it
punch
up,
hard.
mate.
And I'm gonna like
This
hold
one-
out my hand, looking at the hat.
He kind of ignores it at first and just gestures towards Devon, who's still kind of sprawled on the floor. Devon, as you regain consciousness, you realize you have a significant ache in your crotch.
Did we win?
No,
Yes.
he won.
Hmm?
You got kicked in the balls.
So did you.
Points to
If, so did you, if I recall correctly. I give him a big wink and hold out a hand.
You make good point. I like you too. And Jake kind of pulls you up, and then seeing Jacob's hand that's still stretched out for the hat, he kind of shrugs and takes the hat off. He goes, "It is a fine hat," and offers it back to Jacob.
Oh, thanks. It's just a cheap hat.
Value of hat not important. Character of wearer is. You fight well.
Oh, thank you.
No, I
I give him like a respectful nod and put the hat on.
He kind of just wipes his hand across his face. There's a smear of blood on the back of his hand. He sniffs in, spits on the floor. So, I think I might be fired. You know of anyone hiring?
I think back to Leo and banish that thought from my mind.
I look over to Earl Montague and Cowboy, and how many was it you were looking for? I think you'd probably be quite an asset to your party.
The gnome just looks up at this like enormous skyscraper of a man.
And us as well, obviously, like in addition to, not instead of.
Well, of course, you've more than proven yourself. Unfortunately, we only have so much physical space in the caravan. Montague, and Montague kind of good. You were looking for a house car, weren't you? You know, someone to just keep you from, winding up buried again, or held hostage, or
Again.
Again.
Buried
on
again.
fire.
Buried
That
again.
would be quite nice, actually. And he kind of gestures, motions, his hair going on fire. Those weeks to go back. Horrible stuff. Yes. You available?
Dude, we need
Yes.
side adventures like a comic book side adventures of that guy.
The tales of El Monte. He just kind of
Maybe my one
staggering from
shot.
side to side as he's talking to you. Just ports spilt all down his front. He's a mess of a man. You seem. You remind me of my ex-wife, and she was bloody terrifying. I think we can do business. Come to the drawing room. You're not in your house, Montague. This is a hotel. To the big room. And he kind of
Oh,
puts his arm around this kind of. He's just accepting his fate now at this point. The captain of the bodyguards. He nods, and then he kind of, as he's just being led away, and he goes, "I hope to see you all again."
yeah.
And
Likewise.
Cleric.
It's
Yeah,
fun meeting
Say
you.
again,
hopefully
say
on the
again.
same side next time.
Name?
That
What
would
was his
be
name?
good. Cleric.
Claric.
K-L-A-R-I-C.
Like that.
Yep. He's not a cleric, surprisingly. And he's going to usher off. And as he goes, a few other wealthy patrons kind of get swept up in the wake, talking about, like you just hear, "Oh, that first hit was fantastic, and he got you right in the nuts." And as the excited group go off, the room slowly emptying, people going to get more drinks and talk about the amazing spectacle that's meant to be secret and illegal. But everyone is talking about quite vocally. You can see through the doors Mr. Mazim just staring daggers at all of you. The chaos you've caused in his hotel. Leaving.
In presumably his fighting pit.
Yeah,
it
we
not?
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry, we
I'm
fought in
so
your
mad
fighting
at you
pit.
for fighting in my fighting pit.
It's not what it's intended for.
So, dueling.
Um,
This is quite clearly a fencing arena.
Yeah,
um,
fencing is just a fight.
leaving.
Civilized sport.
He's like, you got blood on the carpet.
How much did we win from the book?
Well, Clem and Clem kind of sees the last person off, makes a few notes in his little black book that he's got, and makes his way over to you. So, Cowboy looks up at him and goes, "So that seemed like a profitable venture, wouldn't you say, Clem?" And reluctantly, Clem gives quite a big smile and nods, and then rips the paper into 4 bits and kind of looks at you and goes, 30%, wasn't it? Which was the amount that you agreed
Who, as I say, who was he
last session.
talking to?
Sorry, Clem.
Oh no,
yes,
but
very
who was he talking to?
The group as a whole. Sorry.
And if you say we agreed to 30%, then I will trust you at your word and say that we agreed to 35%.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of like actively dying. My memory's not the greatest.
30%, yeah, of course.
30%.
Here comes there with a bloody nose, looking back and forth between people.
Okay, so he hands the note down to Calborg. So it was 40 gold for the original. Now, upon speaking to Guinevere, she did raise a slight fuss of the fact that there were only meant to be 2 of you. So we settled on 25.
Very side eyes, Devin.
So 25, and then let's see. Oh dear. Oh my. 30% of Now 10% is 105. So 30% be 315 gold. Oh my. Well, you have done well for yourself.
105 each.
Wait, what?
Is that right?
That's what the
Yeah,
man
that's what the numbers
said.
say.
It's 30% for all three of us, 10% each. It's
Mhm.
105 gold.
I'll leave you to work out how much I made as well. I'm going to just hand you a little slip. Now, I don't have that much on me.
It takes longer than it should do for
Wait a minute. How much did we make?
You each made 105 gold
and
plus.
he made like 700 and something.
Yeah, he came out of this quite
Oh.
well. Plus 25 divided by the three of you. I probably should have picked an easier number to divide by 3. We
just raised
settled
it
on
a little bit.
Let's say it was
30.
30.
Yeah, I mean, it can't get much easier than that.
105 gold.
So you each have
15 total.
115 gold from that.
Oh.
Well, that's lucky.
So an extra
because
10 as
I
well,
need a
okay.
new loot.
Well, that's cool. My gold is at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay.
You haven't received the gold yet.
Oh,
Ah,
You have a piece of paper.
right.
Uh,
I've already
Cal doesn't
updated my
understand.
character sheet.
I don't quite have that much on me.
right.
So it maybe tomorrow that I get you. What you see, we had a tiny thing that we had to take care of first. It's a bit awkward actually, but what I can do is I
Is
can
it
give you
anything that
each.
we can assist you with?
Well, a few people haven't paid what they owe, but don't
Yeah.
worry. Clem is very good at getting the money. Well, Clem and some of his friends are very good at getting the money. But we've got enough that I can give you each 50 gold now, and then the additional 65 as we get it, because I believe the plan was that you were going to come with me over to Real anyway.
That's
and of
very
course,
true, yes.
I will pay you not quite as handsomely for your services as bodyguards, which you've more than proven yourselves as now. And perhaps we could redo a session similar to this in Real, or even perhaps in Axie City. Have you? This would be absolute gangbusters at the Conscious Club. Oh, they would love it. We'd make millions. I mean, I already have millions, but we could make more millions.
I'm fucking. I'm absolutely in. Let's do that. That sounds wonderful. Yes.
I'm game.
Yeah,
Is
that was
there a,
millions with an M. Yeah.
Yes, like in Nim.
Can you tell me, is there a portal to Aximundi from Port Macat?
No, but is there? I don't know actually. I've never been. I know that it's just across the water because that's where one of my ships lives. No, I think Port Maquette doesn't have a portal.
No, not according to the map.
I'd like to visit Port Macat at some point soon.
Well,
Preferably on the way to Aximundi. If that was in any way possible.
Maybe we could get a good price for what it is that you are happen to be potentially looking to offload in Aximundi City as well.
Yeah, we can. I guess I can
if you
try
have
it.
something interesting, then Aximandi City is absolutely the place to find procurers of it.
Does Calvor have a winery? Do I remember that right? Have I
He
imagined
does.
that?
Monte Nim is his winery, specializing in the rather sweet and low alcohol
Monty.
content gnomish wines, which you sampled last session and were quite taken with. Fairly enjoyable.
Hmm. Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes, if you wanted to do something like this again, or something, you had something of interest to offload, I believe is the parlance that you used. I like that. I'm going to use that. It's very adventurous, isn't it? Then I can take you to a few places in Aximundi City where you would be well received, I think.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go Rowan and Oxymundi, and we can always figure out a way to Port Mackay if I still need to, but that should be all right.
Wonderful.
Walk alongside Cowboy, handkerchief mopping my bloodied lip.
By walk,
Reach
you
in,
mean limp along.
reach into my pocket and pull out one of the acorns. You know anything about these, Cal?
Oh my! Oh, look at that. I've seen one of these before. They're what are they called? Something with seed in the name. Yes, they're used by the what do you call it? The chaps who go and set up trading places for my company, and the colonists. Yes, the colonists. Those are the ones. They quite fancy those little acorny things.
They're valuable, or are they used
Uh,
quite
I don't
freely?
know. I mean, they must be reasonably valuable. If I couldn't say. I imagine. Ooh, I know who would know. My arborist. Back at the vineyard, he tends to everything. He knows all about plants, all about anything green. He can
Well,
grow a rose in a sheep's fart. He's fantastic.
It sounds
you
amazing.
can ask that.
Speaking of wine, and he sort of leans in a little bit more furtively. What do you know of whisper wine?
Oh, well, I've never had the opportunity to sample any myself. Well, I did have the opportunity, but I was younger and more, shy about those sort of things. But I certain people, of course, it being highly illegal, um, say mutual, loud, blonde acquaintances, have tried it, and I think were quite taken. It really does seem like the Conscious Club in Aximundi is somewhere that you would want to visit. I believe they have quite a.
Conscience.
Oh, it's fantastic! It's the swingest, fanciest place. Makes this place look like a sheep's fart. All of the right people go there.
Is
You don't get the
conscience as in guilty conscience?
yes.
When Devon mentions the whisper wine, Jacob raises his eyebrows like a, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, I'm getting information, my friend. I sort of look over at Jacob as the conversation's happening and give him a very sort of sly wink.
But if anywhere was going to have whisper wine, it would be there. Are you seeking to? Of course, it'd be highly illegal. You wouldn't do this, but hypothetically, a lawyer friend of mine told me once that if you say hypothetically, then it can't be, used against you. But hypothetically, would you be looking to purchase or to provide such a hypothetical item?
Well, I don't know. Jacob,
Hypothetically, we were just
hypothetically would
wondering what
be.
it was, and if you had any experience. That's all.
I've not had it
It's
myself.
just something we heard of.
Yes, heard of. Yes, I see. Well, it's a what's the term? Not an aphrodisiac. it makes your mind go. Kind of gestures like an expanding explosion with his hands. You know, some say that might be what got our mutual friend. Apparently, he was quite a scholar at one time. But that could just be, you know, attempts to dissuade the public, scare tactics, and all that. As I understand it, increases one's natural propensity towards psychic, I suppose might be the word. Abilities. It allows an individual to see what can't normally be seen and to reach into the axis of realms and, you know, all that gobbledygook stuff.
Well, I
Apparently
didn't
it's
want to
also
try it
quite
before,
tasty.
but now I fucking do. That sounds incredible.
Well, assuming that the stories about the harm it might cause aren't true. But then, what is life if not with
They
some
say the
risk?
same about piracy, I suppose.
Piracy?
Piracy? What?
You know, just,
Talking about wine.
oh, thank you, Timothy. It's very kind of you. Um,
Of course.
but being a merchant, I
Jacobs
obviously
drinks a
have
sip
no
and then just pours it all over him.
no
Fair
truck
enough.
with pirates, but it does sound like a jolly good adventure. Perhaps you could share some stories of what you've heard of such interesting individuals on our trip to Rill.
We'll have
Maybe.
plenty of time.
Hypothetically.
Yes, quite. But you all look a bit
Beaten to shit?
not quite the phrase I would use, but certainly accurate.
Actually,
Of
I feel fine.
Of
Fuck
course,
you.
we'll
I do not feel fine. I've had the shit kicked out of me and into me, and I'm not entirely sure they've both come back down yet.
Yeah, Jacob's like using some of the water in a glass to clean his nose from blood.
of course we'll speak to Mazim about getting you all a room. He'll no doubt try and say, "Oh, we don't allow people who look like they've just been thrown into a wood chipper." But don't worry, we'll sort it. Won't be Clem. Clem
No,
gives a
thank
nod
you.
and kind of walks off. And then
Manny
I'm
gives a bow. He
I
leaves.
think I'm rather sobering up, so I'll have to decide whether to go to bed or go back out there with Montague. But either way, we'll probably he'll wake up around 12 noon tomorrow if he's feeling spry. We could probably look to leave the city, assuming you don't have any other business. Probably around 6-ish. Get a good dinner in on the road. Stop for a picnic or something later in the evening. We should be able to make the vineyard, I think, 2 days travel or so.
Very good.
6-ish towards the evening you want to leave?
Oh yes, absolutely. We're not really morning sorts, troop. If you quite gather, I suppose you not being skilled fighters and brave adventurers, you'll be up first thing, training and preparing your wiles to handle the world as you need to.
I mean, that's accurate enough.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, if you're looking for folks on bed or more drinks with Montague, I would be up for some more drinks. So first round would be on me.
Fantastic, you a champion and what's the word? What do we call them nowadays?
Lush.
That's the one. You'll fit right in with our group. Come. Let's
Tell
go.
me,
And,
Calvor, do you know of a music shop in town? I seem to find myself in need of a new lute.
I wonder
I,
why.
I'm sure there is one. We'll ask that dullard Mazim. He knows all of the going on around here.
Very good, very good.
Let's go. And
Let's
of
go
course,
see how when Montague is getting on with the big cleric. I think I probably owe him a drink.
so how are we doing for time for everyone?
I'm good. Whatever.
Angus?
I mean, I'm good to go on for a little bit longer if we wanted to sort of wrap it up and sort of
Get to the
hand
rest or
wave
something.
the rest of it. There's debauchery and drunkenness and the obvious and relentless pursuit of women, and then to bed.
Mm.
Okay.
Um,
What time do you have to be off today, Angus?
I'm good for another sort of half hour or so.
Okay, cool. Then genuinely up to you guys. Do you want to hand wave it, or do you want to go through the more Montague?
Hand wave what part of it?
the
Basically
party part.
the party after the fight and the fallout.
okay.
And what was it you described it as debauchery?
Debauchery.
Angus?
Absolute debauchery.
Either
How
way,
about
Jacob's actually gonna head to bed and not join the others to the party. And after saying goodbye, he's gonna just put his hand on Devon's shoulder as everyone's walking away and just be like, I appreciate the information seeking and all that, but just could you not mention my business to people, even subtly?
I got you.
I'm a solo
Sorry. How?
practitioner, so I'm not used to people talking about my business.
Locked box, mate. Don't you worry.
I'll fucking
No
kill
more.
you?
No more said.
Thank you. And he heads off.
Okay.
Mm, yeah.
So as what's Temerity doing?
Uh, well, just really one scene, I'd go to bed or something. But after some like merry making, making a post-fight appearance, probably buy the big guy a drink. But afterwards, I'm gonna go out to whatever passes as a back alley in this place, somewhere a little private. Um, and he's just
Die.
going
Again.
as is his wont. Uh, but he's just going to like examine the big gaping wound in his chest. It has sealed up, but he's still rather new to the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
So
I
we'll
I
see
think
him
we have
underneath the wound.
rooms if you're looking for privacy.
First the alley. It's more
Yeah,
comfortable.
I mean,
Right, guys. 2 seconds.
I mean, that's where he died in the alley.
That's where he
Yeah.
started this
found him,
adventure.
so-
That's where he's getting
Yeah.
information.
look, you adapted to the alley. I was born in it.
Molded by it.
Um,
what's the Bane quote again?
You were merely
basically that. Yeah.
you merely adopted the alley. I was born to it.
That's the one.
But yeah, so he'll spend some time out in the alleyway, just kind of like poking and prodding it.
Wait, so is it like fully healed up, or is it still a bit? Yeah.
Imagine like a sutured wound, but the
Right, okay.
sutures they're not like medical sutures. They're like vines that are holding it shut.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, he'll poke and prod at it, kind of close his eyes for an undetermined amount of time, and then eventually get up, try to find some sort of like general store for just like, medicine. I don't know what type of medicine, but you know how you would like disinfect a wound. So whatever that exists in this world, and then he'll go up to his room and just tend to it.
Okay, cool. As Temerity just kind of stood poking his chest wound in this
His
alleyway,
actually mortal wound.
the person just kind of walks past the end of the alleyway, looks
Finger
in,
crossed
sees
the-
you, and then like really awkwardly kind of finger crossbows back with
Hell
this
yeah.
very concerned look on his face, and just quickly walks off from the crazy
enough.
man he's just observed.
Just stand in the alleyway. Fuck that judgmental bitch.
I'm
um,
back.
oh, cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Temerity is popping out to look for the local pharmacist for some unknown sort of
Dude, like
medication.
whatever the medicine thing is in this world. I don't know what quite like
It's just
level
looking for
it is.
paracetamols. Like,
Sure.
It's fairly advanced. So what's it called?
An alchemist? Or...
Penicillin exists,
okay, yeah.
or some variety of it. So there's basic. There's like you can have a tablet to help with pain. You can have a tablet
Yeah.
to help with infection. It's not very good. It's not as good as like a healer who's
Mhm.
able to use magic. But it's pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, he'll
So yeah,
grab some of the infection stuff just to be careful. He's not even certain if it'll work or not. And then something to like sterilize and some like gauze, so bandages or whatnot.
okay, yeah, you get like a pungent salve, a few tablets, and the gauze and everything else that you need to kind of self-medicate.
If it's even necessary.
Yeah. So you go to bed aching and smelling of this really strong root vegetable kind of smell. You almost like smell like a really potent soup. You settle in, and you're all sharing a room. So, Jacob, you just hear a door open as you're just about to sleep, drift off to sleep, and your dreams are full of soup imagery
Mhm.
and being chased by giant asparagus. That's silly. I like it. Meanwhile, downstairs, Devon,
Yes.
as you enter the main room with Calbor and Clem and Montague and all the others, you get a you're entering with temerity at this point. You get a roar of applause. There's a few shouts of "drinks are on me," and you notice that there is a small the harpist from earlier is now gone, but there's a small, like, very simple band with like a fiddle and a little like drum. Yes, you each have 50 gold for now, plus 10 gold each that you got from the actual wager rather than
Yeah.
the
So
book.
okay, so
So
we've got
yeah,
60
you each
for now.
gain 60 gold, and you have an additional 55
55.
owed to you, which you've all got the slips signed by Calbor.
Cool.
Yeah, you notice that this little like rinky-dink impromptu band is playing the shanty that you devised for the fight, and quite a few very drunk people are like reenacting the fight. Two of them on a table. Mr. Mazim is kind of panicking and going around begging them to come down, and people are just laughing at him. You've basically turned the fanciest establishment in the whole city into a portside harbour tavern.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Hey, where's that
Such
easy
such is the
life?
power of this group.
we bring the vibe.
Yeah, so you sit down. Opposite you is Cleric. He's just nodding and nursing his bleeding nose, which is now starting to heal.
I think we,
Well,
aside from the dick kick, we like exclusively hit him in the head. So
yeah.
he's probably not doing well.
Yeah, he's listening to Montague. You can see him occasionally kind of clearly zone out as he like regains awareness and kind of shakes his head and starts nodding again. Montague doesn't notice any of this. He's just talking and talking. You while you're talking to Calbor, you just hear the occasional phrase like, "Well, I could give you a run for your money back in my day. I beat up a horse, a big one." and just nodding, and everyone's heard all of these stories before.
It's goes quiet when he says that.
A few minutes later, you just hear, the fire was absolutely everywhere. It's terrifying.
What?
And a little bit later, and then they never found the head. So as you kind of this is really bizarre situation you're in. Drinks are getting passed around, even for your standards, Devon. Even all of the ships you've been on board, all of the low lives that you spent time with. This is one of the most extreme imbibements that you've ever seen. Just sheer debauchery. A few things happen that make even you blush.
Wow.
Wow.
Just before you kind of ready yourself to go to bed, unless there's anything in particular you want to role play, you notice that Cleric is
overly, yeah, just sort of want to sort of buy Cleric a drink and already sort of thing going on.
okay, cool. So yeah, as you get Cleric a drink, he kind of gives you a very tired nod. You can barely hear what he's saying over the noise around, and you just hear, "Is every day like this with these people?"
I don't know. I only met them today. Well, I hope not every day. Who am I kidding? I'm having a great time, sort of. Listen, no hard feelings.
Well, not much feeling back yet at all.
No. I mean, I have got some feeling. It's pain, but it's a feeling.
Pain can be good, remind you of mistake. But I think meeting today was not such a mistake.
I hope not.
Dick
I will-
jokes for all my friends.
I will keep an eye out for you, not least when you walk behind.
Keep an ear out for us. If things go the way I hope that they will, you'll be hearing about us far and wide.
I hope for good, not for ill.
Me too. But things happen, you know.
Yes, they do. And he kind of looks over at Montague, who's still just talking. That there were 50 greyhounds. They all had Scottish accents. It was bizarre.
I think you want to have your hands full keeping them together. Good luck. Hopefully it pays well.
It will. And the big grin comes back as he
One way
turns and
or
pretends
another.
to listen to Montague again.
This Montague goes, the 50 greyhounds. Tamari just under his breath, like, I thought we burnt that place down.
What?
There's like a grain of truth to Montague's story, but nobody knows but Tamari.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think you meant this party had burnt it down, and I was like, "Wait, did I put in 50 greyhounds?" No, I forgot
No.
about it.
Black
kind of
out for an
Demon
entire-
greyhound farm.
That'd be a
just making a
wild
note
fight.
for a future session: 50 demon greyhounds.
That's how you can kill us. I don't think we have all that great AoE capability at the moment.
Yeah, and then after a while, both from a mixture of it getting too crazy and also from the interesting people just falling asleep, you make your way upstairs. You enter a few rooms that clearly aren't yours. And then, oops, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You unsuccessfully try and flirt with a few of the ladies who open the doors.
Ooh, hello, looking for a
Yeah.
fourth?
But you're very drunk, so it's more so just you knocking on doors and go, my loot. My loot. and then they're
Starts
just wandering to the
sobbing.
next room.
Starts crying after his loot.
Kick me in the nuts. And then you eventually find the right room. Smell of cabbage and asparagus hits you. And you realize, oh yes, this is the place I'm meant to be.
Probably vomit on the floor.
And gonna just sprawl out somewhere in the room. Very nice room.
In the vomit.
But before you guys got there, it was a very nice room. Now it smells of various unpleasant things. And you settle in for a nice long sleep.
Evan's literally just on the floor under a rug. He's like pulled the rug over him as a blanket. He was just
You can't find the blanket and you just use anything.
all the vomit just about next to his face. Just, his hair's in it.
Michael, can I do something real quick?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Devin, in your dream, you see this tiny little, like a potato. You know when you leave a potato in a drawer for way too long and it starts to grow like
Mhm.
roots?
Yeah.
Imagine all the roots just kind of like to the nth degree. You see this kind of creature floating around some sort of vacuous space in your dreams, interacting with whatever your normal dream is, but there's this additional little creature there.
Hmm.
That's all I wanted to add.
Creepy.
What?
On the subject of dreams, I'm assuming you all picked up your stuff.
Yeah.
So, temerity,
Mm.
it's not words, but you get a sense that you are being spoken to, or something is trying to communicate with you, but it can't
Okay.
quite get through. But there is a presence, an undefined, in your dreams. And you feel a sense that you need to do something, but as you wake up, you forget what it is.
Damn. Sorry, whatever you are, I tried. I think.
Yeah, and you all wake up after a very long, refreshing rest. They're feeling quite a bit better.
Long rest.
It now being, well, let's say that I don't know what time you would have crawled to bed actually, but it's around noon. The sun is up. People are outside making noise, doing productive things.
Okay. I get my suit.
Yes, and you have to remember to pick up your suit.
I tap up Mazim for the location of a half decent music shop.
Okay, he's very unimpressed when he sees you coming. I thought we had to go to the review.
Big. That I started coming down the stairs, like pinching my nose, like trying to avoid the light, and then seeing his grumpy face, demeanor shifts to just annoying levels of enthusiasm. Like a switch flicks. It's just like, Mazim, pleasure to see you again, sir.
Mr. Mazim, if you please.
Mr. Mazim, my mistake. Quite the night last night. Must have been pretty good for business.
Well, once we factor in the cleaning, the repairs, the fire, I think we might only take a small loss.
So anyway,
Yes.
do you know of a music shop in town? I seem to find myself in need of a new loot.
Oh no! What happened to it? You played it so nicely, and now it is gone? Oh, so sad.
Cool.
Yes.
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 There is, I
Yes.
think, homeless man who trifles in creating the lesser instruments. You may try him. He wanders about from shop to shop begging for I don't know what. He has
Money is
trinkets.
usually the word that.
Papa.
What is the other gentleman? He is probably not your sort. He is refined, a man of experience and respect. He is down by the well, you head towards the port. You will know the port. It's where you should go when you leave the city. You get on the boat, and they take you away, and I don't have to see you. Bon,
We will certainly
everyone
be
benefits.
leaving, Mr. Mazin, but not via ship.
Of course, they are how do you say uh, efficient, productive, and costly. And you are only one of those things.
Quite.
It just gives you shitty thing. uh, so yes, he is.
Quite.
Mhm.
He is Oliver, Mr. Oliver. I do not know his surname. You will find him in town. He has a shop. He sells many instruments. He is a decent enough man. Down by the strip. Go. You will find him. He will laugh. I will laugh. It will be a good day.
Why? Are you coming?
Me?
It would be strange for you to be there laughing if you aren't coming.
Oh no, but I will know in my
Fun.
heart.
It will be fun.
I have work to do. That is a strange concept to you, I know, but for those of us who have a reputation to keep, it is unfortunately necessary.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
shame that your reputation isn't anywhere near as fun as mine. And I sweep out the door.
Fun is for the little children. Try not to kill any on your way.
No promises.
Yes.
Are you loving my bad French accent there?
I am. It's fantastic. I
Hate the
feel
guy
like I
so
know the
much.
person.
Yeah, you have quite an ability to make shitheads.
I really hated characters. Hey, for every 3 Mizims, there's a cleric.
Yeah. And Boris, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Montague.
And a
Montague.
Montague who is
I think
worth
it's fairly
every
balanced.
museum.
Billy and Mazim versus Montague and Cleric. That's a
What
fight.
about Hank as well?
Fantasy. Oh, Hank.
Yeah,
Hank's
Hank
just
is
like
good.
chaotic neutral. He doesn't count. So yeah, you gain the information that there is an Oliver something on the strip who apparently sells instruments. There is also apparently, or well, there may be. It may also have just been an insult. A homeless man wandering around selling things.
Okay. Well, whilst heading towards the strip looking for this Mr. Oliver, I will keep a weather eye out for a homeless man wandering door to door selling trinkets.
Okay. Is there a certain establishment that you'll be avoiding on your way to the strip?
I will most definitely be avoiding the Barker's Troop Tavern
I thought that might
and
be the case.
and
Barry.
keeping an eye out for both Larry and Barry.
Larry.
Oh yes, Barry, not Billy. Okay. Devon is off on a mission. Jacob and Temerity, what are you doing first thing in the morning?
Jacob's just gonna go to Temerity and be like, do you have anything to do? You got some clothes or something? Or was that Devon?
No, I've got the suit to pick up.
Okay, well, I'll probably come with you. I should have probably gone with Devon in case he gets like mugged or something, but
Well, knowing him, he's probably easy to find if you want to
yeah,
go look for him.
yeah. And if he gets mugged, we'll probably hear it. So
Yeah.
I mean, we could
Music
say
and
that you come
crying.
down the stairs as you see my final interaction with Mazim. you so wished.
That's all right.
Yeah. No.
No.
I'm just after my suit. We don't even have to RP anything. I have to go grab it and be good to go.
Okay, well, seeing as we're coming to the conclusion of the session, Angus, shall we just say that you find a charming shop called Oliver's Majestic Musical.
Ollivanders.
Yeah. Usually I'm pretty good at thinking of shop names off the cube. I can't think of anything to do with Oliver.
Ollivanders, the
Ol-
the
Oli-
one
Oliver's
shop in Harry Potter.
Amazing Organs is the name of the shop. And inside you find a portly man who is more than happy. He's a lovely little old chap. He's more than happy to sell you any of a number of fine instruments that he has. He has lutes ranging from basic entry-level ones, even to
Guns.
one that gives you +1 to your performance rolls.
How much is that
Oh.
one? As I shred out the fucking lick on it.
The action's so good on this one.
How much would that cost, people?
Oh.
How much was a +1 sword?
Oh, that's uncommon, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck. Oh.
can't mind it.
What's the
I feel
rarity
like
of
there
+1
are
weapons?
actual magic instruments from the
Magic
+1
loot.
side of things.
Is it?
Objects.
Magic
maybe.
instrument. Wait.
Let me think about
What's
it, and we'll pick it up next session.
Yeah.
Because I may want to make this more interesting than just being a slightly better loot.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll pick up next session with Devon speaking to Oliver and his amazing organs, picking up Temerity's suit and making our way, hopefully, finally, out of the starting area that is Haven. Several months after we started.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long.
The
Yeah.
loot could have like a cantrip or something like that. Like some magic items and stuff give you like.
Yeah, I think I've got something
cantrip.
that I want to work in that might make it more of a interesting thing for them.
Every time you play it, you have to fight the devil, and you got a folk song written about you.
But
That would
you're
be
not allowed to
that
just
would,
kick him in the balls.
that would be my
Yeah.
vial. That would be a vial. My
It's
fiddle.
a +2, but every time you start to play it, a devil appears and kicks you in the nuts. You have to use a card save to save. That's a fun trade-off.
I was just gonna say like a light cantrip or something, so it just lights up. But yeah, sure.
That's not quite a devil kicking him in the nuts every day.
And after like a week, the devil's getting really fed up of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so and remember to log your 60 gold that you gained today and your IOU for the further 55 gold, so we don't forget.
Yeah.
When are we getting the 55?
We'll see when you get the 55.
I am gonna drop off. Thank you very much, Michael,
Cool.
for a great session. It was
No problem. We'll pick it up again.
so much fun.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
if Carl doesn't get drafted,
Oh, boy.
then
Yeah.
next
Jesus.
week. Cool. Thanks, everyone.
See you later, guys.